Today I'm taking you guys behind the scenes on what it's like in a day in my life as a video production company owner, studio owner. So let's get into it. Here at Z Systems, just real quick to pick up a rental. This is my favorite rental house in Minnesota. They have everything I need and very accommodating.
Hey.
Sony Burano. Thing is a beaut.
Yeah.
So I just got the Sony Burano in. Oh my goodness. Zoom camera right here.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Put that out there.
So if you end up going to the rental house pretty often, you'll probably become friends with the people who are working the rentals specifically. Maybe more people in the building you'll be friendly with too or whatnot. But the first thing I do is go in, hey, I'm here for my rental. They're like, all right, cool, it's on the back table. So I go sit down, got to sign some paperwork and whatnot. And Keith, who is my contact at the rental house, comes out and he's like, you want to buy a Burano? And then he points to a shelf that has just a whole bunch of Buranos. I think I grabbed some footage of that, so if I can find it, I'll put it in here. But they've got Buranos in stock over there, so if you all are in the market and are thinking about doing that upgrade, they have them. But after that, I was there to pick up some wireless microphones, the Sony UWP-D series, and then I had a studio rental, so that's what you're seeing right now, getting that set up. And then Jacob, who is in this next video here, was able to watch and host that. This is a frame from a future video, but shout out to Jacob. Rental is squared away and gear is picked up. We're over here at the St. Paul area chamber annual meeting at the St. Paul River Center to film for the MC.
For tonight's setup, we've got the FX3 running the 7200 on the RS2. It's a little bit, it's there, it's balanced, but probably would want to opt for a heavier capacity gimbal in the future. And then I'm testing out the Sony Lav system. I believe these are the UWP-16s or something like that. Not exactly sure on that model. And we're here at the St. Paul area chamber annual meeting, 600, 700 people. And so I'll be working the edges, capturing the MC for the evening. Excited to get into this. They've got this set up as their video camera for the broadcast, capturing the panel that'll be on stage here. Not exactly sure what type of Sony camera it is, but crazy lens, Canon power zoom setup kind of thing. Not sure. I know David Moorfield's talked about that lens before.
I was hired by an existing client of our production company to film him emceeing and leading conversation that evening on stage with a crowd of 600 to 700 people as a solo videographer handing over Rec 709, 4K, and 1080p converted footage. This setup was definitely a little bit more on the fly than I'd like it to be, just because that 70 to 200 was a little bit tricky to get balanced. I'm doing the same setup again tomorrow night, so hoping to dial it in a little bit more. I had him independently laved up. I could have recorded audio through the boards, but I was only really there to capture his audio and when he was on stage speaking. The neck strap for the gimbal worked out great, and I actually recently purchased a waist strap, so you'll see that in a future video here. But I've got a clip coming up that shows the audio as well as a movement on the gimbal, so let me know what you guys think about that. It was tough to balance, but I'm happy with the results.
We learned a lot. So give it one more round of applause for our speakers. Thank you so much.
For privacy reasons, I'm just going to cut off the audio there, but this is the camera movement of me just walking through. This is no extra stabilization or anything like that. I would say if I were to go back, I would attach the zoom focus motor that comes with the RS2 Pro kit, and I would hook that up for the zoom. I was manually zooming things, as well as I would hook up the wire or Bluetooth function that some gimbals have for the wireless kind of functionality for filming, because I was a little bit all over the place. There's definitely things that could improve, but the first time running that UWP-D series microphone, as well as a 70 to 200 on a gimbal. So overall, I'm satisfied, you know, never satisfied, but like I'm content with it, and the client seems happy with the footage, so.
So for yesterday's audio, I ran the Sony Lav kit, and this actually worked out really well. The things I loved about it is that the Lav actually plugs and screws in, so I didn't have to worry about it just popping out if the speaker was, you know, moving around or whatnot. And it actually comes with this adapter here, which I thought was really cool, which is an XLR just plug. I don't know if this would be for, say, like a stick mic or something like that, and you'd put this in the bottom. That's what I'm assuming it's for. But I just thought it was a nice option that it came with it. Definitely looking into purchasing a set, but I think they're like $1,300, $1,400. So compared to what I'm using now, the DJI mics, which I own, they're like $300-$400. So quite a price difference, but these feel so much more like just durable, reliable, that they're not gonna break on me. I got really great sound out of it. I could scan for multiple channels. It wasn't over Bluetooth. So that's one thing with the DJI mics and other kind of like more prosumer microphones, is that they operate on the Bluetooth span versus this is operating just on a completely different frequency. So you get cleaner audio, and for what I do with event work, I was told with, you know, Wi-Fi and so many people, there was like 600-700 people in the room last night, and with all of those, you know, phone service, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, I can get a lot of interference if I was to use the DJI mic. So these came in wonderful. Definitely looking to pick them up.
Spoiler alert, I picked them up and some more. Gonna film another gala tonight, so stay tuned for that video. Peace.